Hi there. I am going to do an optional PD here on planbook edu, which is an online plan book that I have been using for the past 4 years. Love it, love it, love it. I know there's a planbook edu, which is the one that I have, and then there's a planbook.com. Not quite sure on the differences between the two. I've always used planbook edu. I know that from my subscription, I think it's $24 for the whole school year, so not too shabby in the grand scheme of things. So let's go ahead and dig in. This is going to be rather quick. So when you log in for planbook edu, this is what your opening page will be. But I have multiple plan books. I've been doing it for the past 4 years. So I have my previous two here with HSE, and then I lost my other plan books when I had the other username from my previous district. So just a quick sneak peek into what my plan book looks like. Let's go ahead and skip down here. We're almost to the end of the school year. So for May, this is what a plan book would look like after you have it all set up. Over here on the left-hand side, these are my title periods. So you can have as many different title periods and frames here that you would like. And then across the top is obviously the days of the week. So you can add however much information you want. I have always been very thorough, just so this has been my go-to if there's a last minute sub situation that I really, can't type up sub plans and I've got everything ready to go on my planbook edu. I just print this off and I have that for my sub, and they seem to have no problem following it. So I've always been detailed, but you do not have to be detailed like this. It's just easier for me, so I know that if I do have a sub, that printing this off will be a lifesaver for me. So let's dig in here. So across the top, this is the week. So you can jump to a certain week. You can show the whole month view. You can print out the week. You can change different options. So let's go ahead and click here. This is where you can make the size font of it larger or smaller. So mine's just at a regular font size right now. The collaboration update's super cool here. So if you share your plan book with other people, which I'll dig into that in a little bit here, if you share your plan book with other people, then you can click on and it'll give them an update that you have updated your plans for the week or for the day, and they will get a notification email that like, hey, Brooke Adams has updated her plan book, go check it out here, and then it gives you the link. So that's a super nice thing, or you can just check it often if you're collaborating with other people and sharing your plans. You have spell check, you can turn that on and off. The standards, this is nice. So for those that have been your long observation, the code just shows like K.1.NS.3, where the full would be the whole entire standard printed out for you. So for those that have done it, this is easy for you to just display that the full standard is there. You don't always have to have it on. You can just do it for that week so it doesn't take up so much space. And then you can attach things to your plan book as well. So if there's a certain file or something on Teachers Pay Teachers that you're wanting to use for CSOL or something, and you don't want to print out a bunch of copies or something like that, then you can just and attach that to your plan book so it can show up as an icon or a file name. Also here in the search box, you can search your entire plan book for a particular word. So let's say, and it has to be 5 characters. So let's say that we are working on patterns. You will see here of all of the different kinds of patterns that I've had throughout the school year. So let's head back to the PD here. All right, so this is the main screen that you would get when you log in. So let's just jump to a few weeks here. So let's say I'm going to add in here the math, and if you're adding, you just click edit here, or you can double click. So either one that you want to do, you can highlight, you can underline, make it really whatever works best for you. So I'm going to jump back to my calendar that I've been using for this school year. That will kind of help see what a calendar looks like. So let's jump to May, almost to the end of the school year. So I have pushed it out for the entire school year. I like the color coding. So on the left, I've got my title periods over here. So I have just, bolded the times of each different subject area, and that helps me stay organized. And then across the top, it gives me the days, what number of days school we're on, and blah, blah, blah. This is obviously incorrect because we are not at 183 days of school on May 15th. So something I've learned kind of the hard way is when you're last minute sick and you don't have time to really like put together any sub plans. This has been a lifesaver for me. And I'm sure it would be for so many others when someone is sick last minute. I just print off my day's plans. So you can go here and print, and you can export it to a PDF, and it'll print off the entire plan for you. So instead of having to type up those pesky sub plans, you can just have this printed out. So the more detail, I have more details than what, I would, normally plan, but in the long run, it's really helped me for when I am sick. And again, you can show the code or you can show the full standard. So depending on what standard you're covering, and if you want your sub or Christy or Lynn, whoever's observing, full or code. So that's a nice little touch there. So let's move back to my plan book. So again, like I said in the other in the other plan book, you can double tap, which will be like the quote unquote like quick edit, or you can go in and click the edit. And you're able to do more like attach and things when you're in the editing screen here. So let me move this down so you guys can see the top. All right, so you're able to add anything that you need into. You can upload a file here. You can delete the whole thing, so delete everything out of it. You can cancel it, but make sure that whatever you're doing, you always save it. So let's say that the last week I'm working on, I don't know, math review. So let's say that that's going in, and I'm coming up here to my standards, and I'll show you how to add the standards into your plan book. So I'll click on the math and I'll see that, oh, we're going to be counting to 100 this week and we're going to be saying the names, blah, 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 blah. Select, and then it'll show up here. So when you click save, it'll show up at the top. Now again, remember I said if you are going to choose to do the full, you're going to do the full and it'll list them all out for you. So instead of the coding, that's very simple, lots of space saved. But if you, for some reason, need to have the full standard, then you can click there and it'll show that. And it will do that for like that particular week, or it can push it out for the entire school year. It's totally your call. Let's see what else we're in here. I think that really covers everything. You can hide this entry from sharing or whatever. So, if there's something that you're planning for another teacher and they can't see what you're doing or something like that, you can hide that plan if that's something that you're needing to do. So this little gadget here, the green arrows, you can choose to bump your day forward. So let's say I'm going to bump them. You can bump the plans forward and move them, and then that will copy it. So let's say you didn't get time to get to that, or something happened and you need to push your plans forward. You can obviously do that. You can choose to do that and move it yourself, or you can drop it over here in the cubby and it'll save that for you. So great little feature there. I think that's about it for the calendar. So let's go ahead and go back to plan book so where you can see how we set up a plan book. So again, I came back here to the plan books, and you can create a new plan book when you're ready to sign all in. So let's go ahead and go to the edit. The editing is where you're able to really dig in deep, and you have the name, so PD session. I've got my start and end date here, so we would do the whole school year if you're ready to jump on the bandwagon. Periods per day, so that's a little bit up front. You can add more throughout the year and drag and drop, or you can take away, like let's say that you weren't happy with that many and you need to take away 2 or 3 periods. You can come back in here and edit to change that. We are on a weekly rotation. I think the rest of these are for like what high schools would be like if they're alternating schedules. To get to the advanced options, you would need to click here. And so then you got your title. So you can do the title of the week. How do you want to start? Do you want to start it on a Sunday or a Monday? I'm going to start mine on a Monday. And then the day title. So do you want just the name like Monday? Do you want the month and day? So on and so forth. So whatever works best for you. This right here, the day title count, that's what I have on the left hand of my screen. So if that's something that you like to have, like the title periods on the side, then you're going to go ahead and click that. And then how do you want the days? Do you want them on the top or do you want them on the side? Oop. And then the day title count is how many days of school. Title period, I'm so sorry. Right here is what you would need to click if you want, with the left-hand side with the title period. So math stations, and whatnot. Then you will select which days you are in school. Obviously, we go to school Monday through Friday. And then save and add standards. So that'll take you here. Very simple. You click on Indiana, click your grade level, then click select, and your standards will show up. So then save, and you're ready to go. It'll show your standards here if you need to look more at your standards. But that's pretty much in a nutshell. It's very, very easy. If you're, actually, I have a few more things to share. So collaborating. So if you come up here, so we've talked about this is a calendar view. So this is what my calendar view looks like for the entire school year. Your plan books will show previous plan books. So like here's my plan book from last year, here's my current, and then here's the one for this PD session. So let's go ahead and click on that. And you can see here, so over here is where my title periods would be. So I'd be math block, and then I got my math review. I'm going to do a quick edit here. And then if I wanted to edit and push it out for the rest of the week, I'm going to do it daily for this week, except for Friday, and it's going to push it out for the rest of the week. So you'll know that everything's updating when it's saying update successful, yada, yada, yada. So really super user-friendly. Anything that you may need help with, please let me know. When you are ready to share your plan book, this is where you are able to collaborate. So you can see here that I have 2 different plan books that I have shared. So I shared this plan book for the current year. So what I need to do is if you are ready to share, you would click share plan book. And you would, select which plan book you're sharing. So let's say that I want to share my PD session and it's never going to expire. If you open it, then, anyone can view it. Then you would type in the emails here, and you would send a notification email that the plan book is saved. So then you would click save, and then you'd be on your way. So let's move back. So you can share it. You can collaborate, which is a lot of like the same, only this is where you can have the other person come in and edit your plan. So let's say, for instance, Rachel, Manny, and I are collaborating together, and she has really awesome math plans and I have super awesome reading plans, and we're going to share and collaborate on those. Then she can input information for her part onto my plan book, and I can put my information on her plan book. So this is a great way for if you're like sharing or co-planning together. This is a great way for you to add those together. Let's see what else. And then plan books shared with you. So this is where you can go in and view other people's plan book. So you can see that, Mrs. Dowdy has used, she's sharing her plan book with me, so I can view that. I won't dig in deep, Christine. So you can see here that she shared her plan book, and I can, click on whatever, and you can see that she's kind of like me. She puts a lot of different things out and pushes out for the entire school year. So a lot of upfront work, but I promise you it pays off in the end. So now I really do think that that is it in a nutshell. If there's anything that you may need, please do not feel like you need to hesitate to contact me. I would be more than happy to sit down and help you set it up and kind of give you some viewpoints. But that is it in a nutshell. It's really, really great. I've enjoyed it. It's user-friendly, and it's been really great, too, now that we have the computers that I can take them to and from home, that we're able to work on it. So hopefully you would really love it. If you are interested in using it, I would love to know. And then also, Christy had asked if you are interested in using planbook EDU for this optional PD account. You would just need to make sure that you write just a paragraph or a little snippet, email it to her of something that you learned about planbook EDU, and if you're excited to use it, if you are going to use it, if you're not going to use it. So would love to have you join. It's really great, and again, it's just $25 for the entire school year. So I think that's it. Hopefully you were able to have a beverage of choice while you are doing your PD. If not, bummer for you. I'm just kidding. All right, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or evening, and let me know if you have any questions.